everybody. It's Charlie Grace with Charlie Grace Adventures. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Welcome to Travel Talk Tuesday. Very excited about being here. It's been a while. First off, if you've never been here before, welcome. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe and bell to get notified, all that kind of great stuff. If you love travel, like I love travel, and specifically RV travel, van life travel, off-road travel, that kind of travel, I'm your gal. So thanks for being here. So let's get some of the good old things out of the way here, and we'll throw that banner down there. If you like what you see and you want to throw me a nice little shout out or a super sticker, we always appreciate those because YouTube is not free. I like to tell people that because it takes a lot of money to run these things. It's a lot of fun, but it takes a lot of effort. So moving on, as you can see, for those of you guys who know me, something's a little new here. So you guys can actually see I always have fringe. I always have bangs. We're going a little a la natural today, a little crazy hair. So I hope you guys are okay with that. But yeah, you can see my eyebrows. Woo, a little scary there. Always a good time. But we are here in the home office in Alabama, otherwise known as Studio A. Really nice before we get on the road. Lots of stuff happening in Studio A. Things are moving, pictures are going, just tons of stuff is happening. So just be patient with me. We will get there. So let's see who we have in the chat today. Let's say hi to some friends. Oh, there's our friend, the Broken Nomad. Hey, happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a great day. And my buddy Stanley. Hey, Stanley, how are you? Oh my gosh. He's like, love the new hairstyle. You know what, dude? Sometimes you just got to roll with it, right? I'm just saying I was really on the fence. There was a lot of things going on tonight. I was like, I don't know, man. Can I make it? We'll see. Do me a favor. Can you type a 1 in the chat if I sound okay and a 2 in the chat if I sound too loud? Because as you can see, I now have my microphone a little closer to my face, which for me freaks me out a little bit. But if I'm talking too loud, I want to make sure I'm not, essentially screaming in your ear. Oh my gosh, did my buddy G just show up? Hey, yo, G is here. How are you, buddy? Hope you're feeling okay. I'm worried about you. Okay, so Stanley says it's a 1. Good. I just don't want to yell in someone's ear with this microphone really close. So we got some catching up to do, guys. Let's start with some catching up and see what's going on. Deep breath. If you're here for the second half of the hour, we're going to go through and we'll do the behind the scenes of the video, and I'll tell you all of what's going on with the adventure van. A lot of things are happening with the adventure van, and got a little rear adjustment, let's just say. Everybody wonder, like, what kind of video is she doing when it talks about, like, getting her rear adjusted? It was pretty funny. It was a lot of fun. And I'm really, really proud to work with Moxie and Van Up and my friends at Al Vans to do this. So this is something that is definitely a collaboration, but definitely came out of someone's paycheck, if you know what I mean. So anyways, one of those things. Okay. The mic appears to be strategically placed this evening. Why, yes, it does. My shirt is a little low. Let's say there's a little more skin that one could possibly see, and I'm just positioning it in the perfect place for a mic to be. So there you go. Thanks for calling that out, buddy. Yeah, I know. Everybody's laughing about that. I know. So let's start with getting catch up because I haven't seen anybody and talked to anybody in a while. I am getting a lot of things done in the van because I'm going to be leaving very shortly for another big trip. When I say big, I mean big. Like we're going to be heading to Ohio to the Adventure Bandits meetup. Also going to be in Nashville, hopefully for the National Indoor RV get together at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. It's going to be a really cool thing. What they're doing, so I think is this interesting. So a lot of these big RV shows, you never get to you look through them, you walk through them, but you don't have a chance to test drive them or really talk to someone about the ins and outs about it. And they're having industry leaders at this particular event. Now I know they're charging for it too, which what they're doing is they're charging you a fee to enter, and then you can use that fee as part of the purchase price of your new RV. So first time I've seen this done like that, but you know what? I really like it because you're going to get a lot for your money. I hate to say this. I've been in their showroom in Nashville. It is amazing. Excellent customer service. I can't wait to meet these people in person. So I'm very excited to go over there and shake some hands and meet some people. And I can give them my experience of what it's like being a Class B camper van queen and things that we're looking for, things that we want, and how luxury travelers are also traveling in these vans. Not everybody needs an off-road vehicle. A lot of people just want a really comfortable vehicle to travel from one place to another, maybe like a cross-country trip, maybe like they have a place in Florida and a place in Ohio and they want to go back and forth in. It just depends on how you use it. So really happy about that. I'm using my hands a lot, guys. Sorry. Woohoo! Keeping my camera in check, making sure it's keeping focused. I love this. So anyway, so that's coming up. And then from there, I'm going to be heading out east. Now, I know, George, you're out west. I get this. And there's a lot of friends I have out east that I haven't been able to get to in a long time. And I've never been to Maine. So I'm really, really hoping I can get all the way up to Maine because I've been to the southernmost point in the United States, but I want to go to the northernmost point in the United States as well. So I want to get up to Maine and do some touring around there. I'll also be at the 51st annual van truck-in this year in Greenfield, Massachusetts, and that's in July. So just lots of stuff going on. But once I leave Studio A, I'm going to be gone for a long time, guys. I'm going to be missing my high-speed internet. It's going to be hard. So we're going to have to figure this out. I might end up being Starlink. I'm currently with Connect 10 and T-Mobile, and we know what's happening with T-Mobile, right? We're just trying to figure that one out. Connect 10 is okay. That's a toughie. I wanted to make sure I gave you guys a reality check on that. I'm going to use it again for another month. Give it the grand old try, and it's $120 for unlimited, but you got to have cell signal. That's the thing. Got to get that cell signal going on. Oh, here we go. Tommy's like, what's going on with T-Mobile? Well, imagine that. Funny you should mention that. So their T-Mobile home internet service that was sold to a lot of us traveling RVers for like $35, $55 a month for unlimited is now being contained to your whatever your home address is. So if you start your service out, say in Houston, Texas, and that's what's on your driver's license, they're going to make sure that your device goes to ping to Houston, Texas first. So if you're in California, it's going to be looking for Houston, Texas before it finds you in California. It's going to slow down speeds significantly. Not a big fan of this. Don't exactly know the whole story. I did go to the T-Mobile store. Got to tell you, went there, started talking to my T-Mobile guys, got a whole team together. They said, we can't help you. You got to call customer service. So we called customer service and we put them on speakerphone because I'm like, we're all going to learn something together here, guys. Put them on speakerphone to say, I hear this is happening. Could you give me a little more information about it? Want to know the real scoop. They told me we're not really sure, which sort of didn't make me give me the warm and fuzzies. They said that it was supposed to be May 8th that things were supposed to be changing. And now I hear from our friends at Technomatty and other companies or other channels that they're delaying this a little bit more, but it's coming. So it's coming. So guys, be aware of that because I love my T-Mobile. I really do. I've had nothing but great experience with T-Mobile. I'm going to hold on to it, honestly, for a little while longer because until I can't use it, I'm going to still use it. I like it. I like it a lot. Broken Nomad says T-Mobile is jacking their prices up and charging an outrageous fee for mobile users like Starlink. Yeah, they're going to be charging $160 a month for unlimited. $160 a month. Now, remember, I'm paying like most people are $35, $55 a month. That's a big price difference. That's huge. That impacts a lot of people's budgets. So don't know how this is all going to go down. And I was told that they're going to be doing some stuff with Starlink. I don't know exactly how, but that's, once again, the information I got was very inconclusive from T-Mobile. Gotta love that. I specifically told them when I was using it for travel. We all did. Oh, we all did. And I think, and that's how it was sold to a lot of people. And the fun part is, ready for this? We don't have a contract with them. We have a service agreement because there's no contract per se. It's for like a month-to-month thing. They can change it anytime they want. And that's sort of, welcome to Nomad life. Woohoo! Always fun. So that's going to be a nice little discussion. A lot of people are going to be having at T-Mobile when the time comes. So internet, talked about that for a little bit. Like I said, I'll get back to you on the Connect 10. I know a few people that have Connect 10 that love it. Now, if you are in a situation where there is cell phone service, it's fantastic because it does have a T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, I think a Canadian carrier in as well. I had the 5G router. I have the 4G router right now. And so far it's been okay. But it's frustrating because I was hoping it would change to the best signal wherever I am. So let's say I'm in a camping and I'm there and Verizon's perfect. It should change to that automatically. Instead, they make you call them to see if they can do something on their end. So that's frustrating for me because I'm like, I just want to get hooked up and plugged and go and work and do what I got to do. Broken Nomad says they're supposedly also going to be enforcing their TOS, I'll go with TOS, as well as capping an unlimited data to max of 2 terabytes. Well, that's lovely for us YouTubers who upload a lot. Just saying, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. I mean, how else am I going to watch my Bridgerton? How else am I going to be on Netflix and watch all these great crime shows, right? I mean, geez, these are the things a girl needs to know, right? This is important. Yeah, I do it with terms of service. I know. I was just having fun because I know you would correct me. So, hey, there's Outdoors with Dan. Hey, Charlie, got my hat. Oh, I'm so glad you got your hat. Hey, wait, I got my hat too. I love these hats. These are so cool. I really love these. We're gonna do a giveaway at the bottom half of the hour. If we get up to 25 people in the chat, we're gonna do another giveaway. But guys, we gotta share this out because we don't have many people watching tonight, and that's okay. That's fine. But if we get 25, we're doing a giveaway. Always fun. I love that. So share it out in your social media tabs, and we'll go from there. Really nice. Okay, so let's go back to the Adventure Van. I have a couple of products that I need to talk about that I'm going to be doing a video about. One, if you saw my last video, I said, ooh, we're going to get some shocking truth. We're going to talk about batteries. I've learned a lot about batteries. I've learned a lot about batteries, probably more than I've ever cared to know about batteries. And I recently had my batteries replaced, so we're going to do a video about that. I also have a really cool composting toilet that sounds odd, but I have a friend of mine, I might bring him up to talk about. He actually changed he has a pleasure way. He's got a very expensive van, guys, nice big RV. And he took out his toilet and just put in a composting toilet instead of using a black tank. So, it's interesting to see what people are using and how they're using it. So I like options. Options are big. I love having the idea of what you need to do. So maybe we can talk to Mark and see if he can give us a scoop on how much he likes it, doesn't like it, or things he thought was going to be good, and go from there. So it'd be a really cool interview. I love that. So that's the Country Life with Columbus Mark. If you guys have seen him on YouTube right now, he's a lot of fun. Do me a favor. We have a brand new partnership. I'm going to bring this up a couple times, guys. I've got it pinned in the chat. So I am going to be hosting a amazing Van Life Travel Virtual Summit. And it's going to be really cool. It's in November. And we're going to be doing it on different platforms. Make sure we get this out. It's free. It's really exciting. This is going to be a free platform or a free event for one to attend, but you got to have a ticket. That's the hardest part. You got to have a ticket first. So I know that they just started their YouTube channel. So if you can do me a favor, the YouTube, it's pinned up in the comments. And you've also can go to the website and check it out. So this is supposed to launch. You guys are getting the sneak peek on everything. This is supposed to launch in mid-June. And I did a podcast interview talking about this, and it came out today. So I guess I better start talking about it. So I know it's out. I was on Tracy's Adventures in Van Life podcast not too long ago. And then I was on the RV Queens podcast that came out today talking about this. So we got to talk about it. I just saw the Bushcraft family. What's up? Hey, how you doing? Hope you're having a great day. I just love saying that. But yeah, you guys need to check this out because I'm really super excited about it. This is a labor of love, and I can't wait to share the information with you. I really think this is something that a lot of us could benefit from, and just get that little pearl of wisdom. Even for us experienced people, I'm surprised how many things I learn when I go to some of these things. And you don't have to attend the whole thing. You might be able just to attend a couple sessions here or there, and we are going to record it, so we can do replays down the road. But very exciting, really cool. So vanlife.travel. That will be the website. And then they have a brand new YouTube, and the videos will start coming out in June. And I think there's an Instagram too, but that's, once again, all new, brand spanking new, very exciting. A lot of really cool van life travelers who have a lot of experience are going to be on this. And I can't wait to just drop that on you guys so you guys can see that. Cool. Okay. So I'm going down my list. Okay. Adventure van. We did the new back. We're talking about electricity and new toilets next week. And travels, got lots of travels coming up. Oh, here we go. How much are tickets for this shindig? Tickets are free. Free, free, free. My one of my favorite 4-letter words, free. But you have to have a ticket. So you go to the website, and actually let's just show you guys. Let's just go there. I mean, we can go there. We'll do a little something. See if I can do this right. Let me find it first. If you know, you know. There we go. Okay. Hold on. Ah, so many fun glitches when you haven't done this in a while. Share my screen. Here we go. Ka-ching, ka-chow. Okay. All right, guys. Here's what the website looks like. So all you gotta do is go to the website, and you'll notice it says, "Are you ready for van life?" And then there's a button below. It says, "Click here for free ticket." All you gotta do is click for the free ticket, and then it sends an email, And then you essentially put your name on and it'll put you on the list for a free ticket and then they'll send you some updates until then, which is cool. So love this, love this, love this. Very excited. So anyone who's van curious, anyone who's thinking about doing it, off-roading, those kind of things, and then meetups. They're going to have a lot of meetups and they'll, of course, be putting in other meetups on the listing as well. So yeah, very cool. Super excited about this. Very stoked. Did I see my buddy just stop in? Did I see Fat Matt? Hey, Fat Matt, how are you? Oh, my hair. Yeah, yeah. Is it the hair? Did it freak you out? I thought it was the eyebrows that was going to do something to someone, but I'll go with that. Having a day. I'm having a day, Matt. Just work with me, okay? I thought your favorite four-letter word was work. Not exactly, but I do like to work. I'm a bit of a workaholic. I will admit that one. It's fun. Where is this again? This is virtual. This is absolutely virtual, which I like. It's in November. So a lot of people are going to be home for the holidays. I think it's like the second week in November. So it's going to be like a nice time just to sort of chill and be on there. And there will be a replay, but you still got to get a ticket to watch the replay. So there you go. Oh, no, no. Oh my God. Hi there. Oh my gosh. Hi there. I thought you were talking about the hair man. I get it. I get it. Hope you're doing fantastic, Matt. Hope those boys are doing great. Give them big hugs for me. Just like give them a little noogie. Have some fun. I love this. Yes, thank you, Broken Nomad, for dropping that. Vanlife.travel. It is pinned to the top of this. If you're in our YouTube channel, you can take a look at it right there. But so yeah, so there's lots of big travels coming up. And the biggest change and thing that has happened in my life, which we might as well talk about, is I just took the van in to get what I call beautified. So I'm not talking about the RV stuff. I'm talking about the van, like the Dodge Ram ProMaster 3500, the van. And I've had like a power steering leak for a while. Sorry, I'm going to play with my hair for a second. It's in my way. A power steering leak that I've noticed, and I took it into the shop, oh gosh, a year ago, and said, "Hey, I heard there's a power steering leak in this. One of my other technicians found this. Can you guys take a look at it?" And they said, "Oh yeah, sure." And they couldn't find it. So throughout the year, I've been just watching it very carefully and just adding a little more power steering fluid, my travels, making sure I'm okay. I had to add some in Florida. I had to add some, in Alabama, wherever I'm going, I just watch it, right? Until I finally got in for service, change the oil, do all that stuff, all that fun stuff you got to do, get ready for a trip. And I said, do me a favor and check all of this. And by the way, I have a power steering leak and I found it on my driver's side front or my driver's side front wheel. I got a phone call yesterday and they said, "Hey, guess what? We found it too." I'm like, "Awesome. I'm so glad I'm not losing my ever loving mind and someone has found this." He said, "The problem is, it's going to be a little pricey. My van is now 4 years old. It's a 2020. I have about over 50,000 miles on it. And there's no extended warranty that typically covers this in general. But even if I did, it'd still be a pricey part. So the part is around $3,800 for a new rack and pinion for my 2020 Dodge Ram ProMaster. So anyone with a spare $3,800 out there, I might have to do a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter. It's sort of crazy. It's a lot of money, a lot of money. So there's that. And of course there's labor on top of that and some other things. So I looked it up online. I'm looking to see if there's any kind of recalls. Has been any other Ram 3500s with similar ideas, things like that. I haven't really seen a lot. So I just might be the lucky one. What can I say? That does happen. Did I see my friend Thrifty Angela? Hey, there she is. Oh my gosh. By the way, happy belated birthday. Hope you're having a great week. And I saw the graduation pictures. Oh my gosh. I can't believe your little one's graduating already. Gosh, it seems like just yesterday was like, tiny little guy. So excited. So cool. Yeah, ouch is right. Ouch is right. Ouch that it happened. Ouch that cost that much. And ouch that I have to fix it. It's now at a point where we have to be realistic and be safe, right? So you have to fix these things. You can't just let it go there. Yeah, exactly right. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Hey, what is up there, Buttercups? Adrian and Ruth, thanks so much for being here. Love you guys. We're going to be meeting up with them in June too, which is very exciting. It's going to be really interesting. Yeah, I've got some band issues. It has to happen. Everyone's got something. You got to just roll with it, right? I was hoping to just change the oil, rotate the tires, maybe a little indoor cabinet filter, something as simple as that, nothing too crazy. I'm pretty meticulous in maintaining my vehicles. I'm really, as much as I don't like to say, hey, don't take it to the shop or take it to the, dealership, I don't mind taking it to a dealership if they're going to do it right and there's a warranty behind it. Because if they mess up, I need someone to fix it. And it's more of a hassle to try it. I'm not always in the same space. So it sort of is what it is. It says, I'm happy and sad on one. Oh, I know you're a little one. I know it's so hard when you've got a kiddo graduating. It goes by so fast. Isn't that crazy? I know. I know. I'm having my youngest just finished his freshman year in college by the hair of his teeth. And I'm just like, oh, like how many more years of this do I have to like just take a Zen moment, just like, okay, he can do this. We're working through this one. G says they sure are rack up that money. It's expensive. And any way you look at it, anytime you go in for service, I can't blame the business per se. And I know people need a living wage. So there's that part. So I gotta play both sides of the coin here. However, someone told me the average RV service tech, they're charging $175 an hour. $175 an hour for an RV service tech. For a tech in a dealership, I was trying to think, I don't remember what it was, but it was up there too. It was pretty up there. Say, ask them to give you a free serpentine belt to keep as a spare when you pay the bill. Yeah, I'm going to ask for a couple things. Don't get me wrong. I went in today because I had to pay for the part for them to order it. And it takes about a week to get in. I'm like cutting close to the wire because I got to get on the road. And I'm politely like, hey, do you guys get birthday discounts? Redhead discounts? Smiley happy people discounts? Like any kind of discount you got, let's talk about it. I'll take it. Because it's a lot. It is a lot. Yeah. Right. Breathe. Got it. Just hold it back, sister. It's hard. Yeah. It's great. It does seem like a lot, doesn't it? It is a lot. She Double says, I'm in the wrong business. Well, you know what? I met a welder the other day who makes pretty close to $200,000 a year. I met some people in the trades that are making some significant cash these days. And I think that's one of those areas that that we will always need electricians, plumbers, welders, carpenters. We're always going to need skilled tradespeople no matter what. And I think one of the caveats to owning an RV and traveling is sort of knowing what you're traveling with. And I had an interview with Tracy with Adventures Over 50 not too long ago. And we were talking about, we just got a van and went out there and did it. Like we didn't read the manual. We didn't think about these things. That was a big deal because you sort of learn by fire. But my generation grew up with our parents throwing us in the pool and saying, figure it out. So I guess it sort of goes with how we were raised too. There's a little bit of that, just we'll go with the flow. We'll figure it out when we get there. But I'm a little more, I like to plan a little better, honestly. I like things a little more planned so I can have that sense of calm because there is a lot of stress to traveling and making sure you've got a parking space and things are safe and all the other kind of stuff. It's nice to have it done. I know. It says, I wish I knew how to fix RVs. So funny you should mention that. We are going to have a guest coming up pretty soon who's going to be talking about his, he does an RV boot camp, which is cool. And he also trains people how to be RV technicians, which I think is fantastic. And then you could learn how to do it and you could actually fix your own RV and get paid for it through warranty work, which is pretty cool. So we're going to talk about that in the next couple episodes of our Travel Talk. So hopefully we'll get him scheduled in the next few weeks and get that out there. Say, I took my truck in for a bunch of preventative maintenance. I'm telling you, if you were towing, you got to have that thing in tip-top shape. It is absolutely worth it. I mean, don't skimp on these things, guys. I hate to tell you, this is not the time to skimp when it comes to vehicle maintenance. It's expensive to buy a car, a truck, an RV these days. I actually got a letter in the mail. I was laughing. Like a local dealership, they said, bring in your 2020 van and, you can trade it in and get this. I think it was like a Chevy Silverado. They were going to give me, ready for this, $34,000 for my van. Now, they don't know it's all tricked out with all this other RV stuff. They're just thinking a basic van kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. But it was still going to be like, after I traded it in, I was still going to owe like $27,000 or something crazy like that. I'm like, how do people afford vehicles these days? It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So even for used cars, they're hard to find. So right now, guys, I think we got to maintain what we've got and really, take good care of it. So I'm all about that. Okay, Broken Newman says, I'll lend you my veterans discount. I'll take it. Absolutely. I live with a lot of veterans in the neighborhood. It's sort of assumed that everyone who lives in Huntsville is a veteran or married to a veteran or related to a veteran. So yeah, when you go to like Lowe's and Home Depot, like, so are you a veteran? I'm like, I just need to write it down somewhere that like I know someone. I've raised enough Marines. I should be able to get one. George says in 2019 at a Ford RV repair, it was $275 an hour in Las Vegas. Good grief. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. That's it's time to, know what you're doing. That's for sure. Yep. Adrian Bruce said, "Well, we paid 1,800, but she's nice now." Yeah, to get her maintained, it's a thing. It's really a thing. Like I said, I don't mind paying. I really do try to be responsible and try to save, enough and hold it back because I know it's coming. It's really a matter of when, not if. It's gonna come. So you got to figure out when you're gonna spend that money and how it's gonna work. Yeah, gotta love that. Yep, I'll be running my car into the ground. Yeah, it's paid off, and I'm hoping not to need a new car anytime soon. Yeah, I had to buy a used car. Was it a year ago? I think it was a year ago. Um, we've kept a little teeny tiny, just ran it in the ground Kia Rio that the kids learned how to drive on. We call it the golf cart car, and it finally just bit the bullet. But it wasn't worth much of anything. It was worth a lot to us because the kids could go to the grocery store and like go to work at Kroger's and stuff like that. But to buy another car is so expensive. I think we still spent, and it's not even like a fantastic car. It still had really high miles on it. I want to say like over $10,000 on a used Toyota. Crazy, I know. Insane. There's my friend Johnny's journey. Hope you're having a great night. Oh my gosh. I've been putting you guys and talking about you guys, your event. And I know I got Bev's event coming up. So it's Bev's event and it's your event in September. Really cool stuff. And I was talking to a lady today about a Midwestern van builder. So there you go. You might be getting a new referral. I know you're busy. I know you got a lot on your plate, but at least, hey, I'm putting it out there because she really wanted to have a woman build her van. That was something that was very important to her. So we're going to be doing a lot of female van life stories. And I got to talk to you anyways, because we're going to do this really cool van life summit virtually in November. And I'm looking for female builders. And I think you could be it. Let's talk about that later. Okay, guys, hit that like button. Please do. I appreciate that. Thanks for being patient with my crazy studio in flux. We got stuff going on back here and you guys are rocking it. I'm going to add rear left springs. It's going to be $2,000. Good grief. Yeah, I could use some nice, I think sumo springs on mine as well. At one time, I really wanted to lift up my vehicle, just give it a little more lift. And I'll probably end up doing it more next year, but it's been okay. I mean, honestly, the thing I'm looking at right now is it looks like a tire. It's flat and it inflates. So when you get to a point where it's unlevel, you can inflate it and it'll, get your vehicle a little more level. Really, really cool. So I'm just going to deal with those for right now. It's a lot cheaper than, the $2,000 or $3,000 on the other thing. I know. Yet another reason to make sure you have an emergency fund set aside for emergencies unknown. And there will always be an emergency. There will always be an emergency. That's true. Good point. I love that. Yeah. So be prepared. Be prepared and think about these things because as you're traveling, I just sent off a 24-year-old into the world on her first airplane flight ever, like as an adult, and she thought, oh, I can just take a 5-day trip, and a whole nother state with $25 in my pocket. I'm just like, no. Absolutely not. I like to tell people when they're in these long RV trips, they need to be prepared because you're going to go to, RV overnights or another place to boondock, and they might ask for a cash tip, or it's like $5 to plug in for electric, or $15 for water, or whatever it might be. And they're not going to take your credit card, guys. You're going to have cash. So be prepared. Have some cash on hand. Be stealthy about it as to where you put it and how you keep it. But just be aware. Got to have some cash. Got to start saving. Got to start thinking about that. Yep, and that's how they learn. That's exactly right. And I hate to say this because I was telling a parent the other day, I said, you know what? You got to give kids opportunities to learn and fail and grow from that. And if they don't have those opportunities, you don't want to put them in safety, any kind of danger kind of thing. But still, this is a learning experience. And I know lots of 24-year-olds in vans out there running around the country having a great time. So we'll see how this goes. I'm excited to see how this whole thing goes. Did my buddy, there you go, Ron Darrell. Hey, Ron Darrell, how you doing? Hope you're having a great Tuesday. Haven't seen you guys in a while. It's been a while. I've been busy traveling and getting ready for some other things. So really, really cool. Okay, So once again, Van Life Travel Guys, it's pinned up in YouTube. Do me a favor, go check it out. Also, check out the YouTube. There's nothing up there yet, but we got to get that first 100. You know how that goes. Get that first 100 and things move on, whatever. I think they're looking to get their first 1,000 in like the next 6 months. So you'll see things popping up there, and it's going to be van life tips and how-tos and discounts and things like that. So really cool. I'm excited about it. Anyways, okay, so let's see. We are at the bottom half of the hour. We need to get 25 people in here. We don't have 25 people yet. When we get 25 people, then we will do a giveaway. Until that time, we're just going to hold on because, I have a lot of people who have one of these beautiful hats. I'm just saying. We're going to hold on to them until we get enough people. So it's a fair fight because I know people. And Broken Nomad, you can't have two. Sorry, buddy. You have enough hats. You're good. Wet my whistle. So, here we go. You also need to save some Buc-ee's money too. I was just at Buc-ee's not too long ago. I took a kiddo who had never been to Buc-ee's, and I'm sort of in love with their chicken fajita tacos. That's my new thing. Everybody's got their own thing. I'm sort of digging that. I've got a few Buc-ee shirts, which I don't know why. Why is it that we feel the need to have a Buc-ee shirt for every holiday under the sun? But it is sort of funny, and it's one of those things. Oh, here we go. Oh, Ruth loves her hat. Oh, I'm so glad Ruth loves her hat. That's really fun. Yes, you already have two. That's right. So hold it back, buddy. Hold it back. It's not time for someone else. Mine is greatly worn and very dirty. I think it should be worth more. Oh, see, there you go. That's what happens. I really love these. I'll tell you what. I have people who love. I have a black and I have a navy now, so I have two, which is fun. So people, when they win, they can have their choice of which one they want. But it's been fun to give them away and bring them to events and things like that. And I've only got. I'm trying to think how many more actual events I've got this year. So I want to make sure I save some for those. So when I see people, I can give them to that as well. But I really wanted to get out to Oregon. I know that Gina has been begging me and Gracie were giving me a hard time about getting out to Oregon. I just don't think it's going to happen like I want to this year. I think I'm going to end up being more east and then come back through around September and trying to get to Missouri in September. That's sort of one of my goals. It's going to be a hike from Michigan, but we'll see how that works. Just trying my darndest to figure out what's going on because they're also doing a schoolie event in late September, but it's in upstate New York. Ugh. And I don't want to go zigzag all over the place. I try to keep things in a path as I'm moving because it's just hard on the fuel. I just want to do the best thing I can. So it is at the bottom half of the hour. While we're talking and waiting, let's do our behind the scenes because I love doing behind the scenes. These are always fun. Let me present to you. Let me find this real quick. We're going to share my screen. Okay, guys, you got to just work with me here. I'm going to play. All right. I love doing this when we can talk about these things. So here we go. Here we go, guys. So, and of course, there's always a lovely ad, but you know what? The ads pay for the bills. So watch the ads, guys. We appreciate that too. Okay. So I met Moxie Vanco at the Van Adventure Expo in Chattanooga. And I was trying to work on getting a back rack system for my van. And I'd met like a bunch of people and I talked to a bunch of companies and I had the worst trouble having people, get back to me and whatever and try to fit me in a schedule. I was really super impressed with Moxie. And I'll tell you why. They do a lot of work on vans that are existing vans that need upgrades. And they also do, new van builds as well. They primarily work on Ford Transits, just so you know, if you're a Ford Transit person, that's sort of their specialty. But I wanted to go check out their their workshop. And I was fortunate enough to have a friend of mine that was with me doing some photos and stuff in Chattanooga. And Gary Rice was with me and he did some really cool photos. So if you want to check out his Instagram, he's got some great stuff there. So he's much more into photos than he is video. And he helped, the stills from this are just amazing. But anyways, I was terrified of giving my keys to someone to back this thing in. I was more than happy to do this. But the owner's name is Justin. And the gentleman on the right walking actually camped beside me at Peace, Love, and Vans in Florida. And because he did, he said, "Hey, we need to talk to you." I said, "Okay, let's talk." He said, "You need to come over. I think I've got a solution." The shop is amazeballs. Yeah. Look, look at that shop. Exactly right. The shop is pretty darn cool. They have fabrication area. They have a welding area. They have an area to do fabrics and epoxies and things like that. It really is pretty intense. And I was just really happy that they were able to work with me. So I called Justin. I said, hey, listen, I think I got an idea. Van Up Outfitters came up with a plan, but we had to take the bike rack off. This is the problem. The problem is the bike rack, right? I have a bike now. I want a bike rack, but I can't keep the bike rack on. I got to do some stuff. And then we took the door off. Oh, this is funny. So I'm like, I forgot they're going to take out all my stuff. And I had my liquefied from Matt's RV reviews there. So I'm like, okay, why not talk about it? Anyway, so Van Up Outfitters have these razor racks specifically for ProMasters. Sort of hard to find racks for ProMasters. You can find tons of them for sprinters. You can find stuff for transits. ProMasters, for some reason, just don't have a lot of these. So found that. And then I said, I want a spare tire. It's time. I need a brand new spare tire. I see Brandon come in. Hey, Brandon, how you doing? Thanks for being here. So we did a time lapse to show exactly how they work and what they did and how we were putting this thing together. Because I have a Thor Sequence 20L, which is very similar to a Winnebago Travada. And a lot of people have the same kind of floor model and whatever. And I figured if I could share my experience, someone else might go, oh yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. So we got it prepped. That's what they're doing, is they're prepping the doors. And then while they were doing that, I went outside and started looking at the vans that they had for other customers and other people, which were amazing, and talked to Justin. So Justin gave us the feedback and told us, he's rather humble is a good way of putting it. He's very, very humble in talking about what he does and how he does it. And his typical customer, honestly, he has a lot of women over 50. He has a lot of women over 50 in the Southeast. They're coming over and having them work on their Travados and their Coachman Novas. And he's also done a lot of really cool rugged outdoor off-roading things, which is really cool. So the guys are just really talented. He's got a really good, talented crew, and they're doing some really cool stuff. So totally up there. What state is he in? He's in the state of Tennessee. He's in Chattanooga. So he's in the South. He's actually closer to me. He's about 2 hours from Huntsville, Alabama. So in Chattanooga, it's like the off-roading area. There, Asheville has some people. Chattanooga has Site 7 and Moxie. It's not bad. Just getting on these people's list for like minor upgrades, it takes a while. So if you're going to be doing something that like this as an addition, you need to let them know ahead of time. But I actually had the parts sent to their shop. I didn't bring it with me. I had them sent to their shop, and they inspected them. They caught a flaw on the Alvans Monster Box. And I was like, oh, I sort of freaked out. Here's one of the Ford Transits that they're working on. You can sort of see where they start. You can see the insulation and the framing, and they got the flooring. They're big fans of wool insulation. When they took off my doors, they're like, ugh, look at this icky fiberglass stuff. It was gross. And you can see how they're working on some of the projects and, stenciling and making samples and trying to get things done. A lot of really neat framing goes into this. And they do have some custom ideas that you can do with, but most of it is they've sort of got an idea and here's what we're going to do. But this is some of the lamp that they had. And there's that awesome green van I love so much, right? Coming up. Oh, there it is. It's from Canada. It's a Ford. It's a diesel. I love this thing. It's $65,000. They're selling it. It was all I could do not to bring it home. It's really, really cool. I was like, where am I going to put this? I don't know, but I really love it. And it's a steal for anybody who's looking to buy anything like that. They do sell vans. I'm going to get through that lovely, there we go, another ad. But it's a steal and they've got it. Yep. Or you're looking for Gary's Instagram page. Yeah, I think it's Gary Rice Photography, REISS. Yeah, fantastic. Great stuff. Really good stuff. I can't say enough. He did some stuff at some of the Van Fest and Peace, Love, and Vans this year, and I was really impressed. And I said, when you're traveling around again, let's connect and do some more photography projects. So I'd love to do a couple more projects with him. Super impressed. This was a client that they had. It's a Ford Transit Trail. It's extended and extended height and extended length. So it's pretty darn big. And they had to do some really interesting things. But what I liked about this, and unfortunately, my camera went kapooey. I've never had this happen before where my iPhone just didn't work. When we go around, we'll show you how to use some of Gary's footage. But they have a second seat that's like a 2-seater thing that can fold up and get out of the way, which I love. And these are the boxes that they were using for the back, for the stairs, as well as for a little box for the back, which I thought was cool. But I think mine's a little better. I like mine. Mine's called a Monster Box by Al Vans, and it's huge. And I like it because it opens up from the top and from the bottom. So you have like a place if you wanted to do a like a cooktop. Like I could bring a Blackstone, which sounds crazy, but I could bring a Blackstone, set it on that thing, and just do some outdoor grilling. So I'm looking at more outdoorsy things for me as opposed to keeping it in the van. Now that I'm getting Rosie a little more accustomed to being outside, and I was gonna say, where's my co-host back here taking a nap? But she's getting a little better on the trips. She really loves her van, loves her van. So here's fun. So you can see me. I'm trying to take a video, and the video doesn't take. I've never had this. Never had this. Okay, what do you put in the box? Anything I want. 25 pairs of flip-flops. I now have room. Anything I want to do. I'm so excited. No, I actually have got cones, some tools, my toaster. I got a few things back there, which actually works out. So he was moving the cardboard because they were looking at from a template of another van. They were going to do a shower. They didn't want a shower. They wanted to save the space for other things, but that's where they did put their toilet. And it was an interesting way of how they had this all arranged. I actually really liked it. I thought they did a great job. And you can see me trying to shoot this again. Always fun. And yes, I need my disco ball too. That's exactly right. That's what this van was missing, was a disco ball. And I have 2 in my van. So, just in case I need a spare, I'm good to go. I love this. But yeah, it's got a nice little toilet there. And then I like the way the seats are in the back because I always say that view out that sliding door is really amazing. Why don't you use it and have the seats face that way? And okay, here he's showing the frame. He had a frame where it rolled up so you'd have more room to stand in the kitchen. I thought that was a great idea too. I really like that. And they put a track system in. So a lot of people are going to these soft-sided bags instead of hard, cabinets up there. They're going to this track system with soft-sided bags. So if you go, like say to an Airbnb or vacation or something, you can just take them off and they've got a handle on them and it's like your luggage. It's actually pretty interesting. I like these things. So they've got hard cabinets on one side and the other one they've got open. And if they want soft-sided, they'll get the soft-sided bags. I think that's something I would consider doing down the road. But I go backwards and forwards. When you start putting in like these different cooktops that are not propane, you better have some energy because those things suck up some energy. So if you're going to do a convection or a cooktop like that, make sure that your energies are just out there, because for people who think they can just do everything on it and not have it continually need to be recharged, I just have more people who complain about them. They really do. Yeah, absolutely. It's all about the energy. That's all about the energy. Oh, there I am, jonesing for that one van again. So he was showing me another van that they did for a customer that they're looking to sell. They had it on consignment actually that they were going to sell. And it was more of a van you could take some bikes in, you could hang out in, and just maybe a little project. But it wasn't like, didn't have a huge bathroom, didn't have anything like that you would think as a family. Just had a couple little minor things for a travel van. So, and I was noticing the floor. He calls it that penny floor. And every time I like this, it looks really durable, but it looks like it would get dirty really easily too. All I could think about is all the dirt that would get in between those circles. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I mean, I think it's rugged, but it's going to get dirty. Just saying. And this one had here are those bags. See, we talked about those soft-sided bags. That's what people are liking these days. But this one had like the 2 opposing like twins, but they fold up, which are pretty handy. And so you've got room, and then you just pull them down and hang out, and you can walk in between them. I forget how much they were selling this one for, but it wasn't obnoxiously expensive. There are a lot of people who are looking for pre-made done vans. There's a lot of people who have a van and they've kept it for like a year or 2 and they're done. That's all they need it for. So for people who want to get out on the road and they want something now, there are things available. You just have to figure out, what exactly you want, or get something and then add to it as you go. And looking back on this, I would have preferred to get something more simple and add to it as I go, because I've learned I didn't need everything. And it's okay. It's fine. I would have been better starting off with something like this and then working out the kinks as I go. I think that's just me. But, everyone's different. Everyone's got their own thing. So I like this one though. This was cool. Especially if you're like a biker and you want to take your bikes inside, like real expensive bikes, things you could put in there. I thought it was a really neat idea. So what do you guys think? Would you use those bags? If you like the bags, type in chat bags. If you want a box, type in chat box because I want to know. Do you like the hard cabinets more than the bags? It's interesting. And they're not cheap. Either way, it's not a cheap venture to do. So, um, yeah, just let me know. Here I am being silly, being goofy on a hot day in Chattanooga. I think it was like 85, 90 degrees down there. It was super hot. And it rained. Oh my gosh, did it rain? So we're back at the shop and I made this idea of I thought we're putting the box on the passenger side and the tire on the driver's side. And I realized when we did this that we could as soon as we did that, we couldn't open the door. It was like, wait a minute. Like we get this on. And they're like, oh, we're so glad that the owner's actually here because there we are looking at it going, this isn't going to work. How do I actually get underneath there to open the door? So we changed it. So then they had to reverse everything on both racks, put it back up. It was just, welcome to the world. A girl has the prerogative to change her mind. And that's what I did. So I changed my mind out of necessity, by the way, out of necessity. And I love this box though. Love the box. So that's how it looks right now. Really nice. And it's huge, guys. It is really big. It's the biggest one they make other than a ski box and wouldn't have it any other way. I can put my traffic cones. I could put all sorts of stuff back there. It's really, really cool. And then we're going to be talking about batteries next week. These are my new SOK lithium batteries. And, and we're going to talk about composting toilets, things I've never considered. So there you go. There's your behind the scenes look at what's going on and how things are happening. And I think Rosie, ta-da, is still asleep. So there you go. Rosie, we did have a big trip we just got back from. We were in Asheville, North Carolina, and was very proud to take one of my kiddos with me, Lucas. And Lucas just turned 21 not too long ago. And if you're going to turn 21, you might as well take him to some really cool breweries, right? So I took him, and you guys will have to see. He took a sip, and he's like, he just hated it. So I'm like, good job. Awesome. He hates beer. I don't have to worry about that one for a while. But took him to Sierra Nevada and did another brewery in the area, which was fun. He was really into the bookstores. If you've ever been to Asheville's a fantastic city. And you could park with a van for $5 for I think 12 hours, and that includes going overnight. So there are places downtown where you can go to get a spot at like 7:00 at night, and it says 12 hours. So you have that parking space till 7 in the morning. Technically, I guess you could spend the night there. Never really tested it, but that's what it says. So really cool. Yeah, woohoo, 21. It is a big milestone. It's a big deal. So he's a good kid. I'm not too worried about him, but it's a lot of fun. But yeah, we did that, and but he went to bookstores. So we went to lots of really cool different bookstores downtown. And of course, I'm just looking around, and Rosie's with me. We're walking around looking at things. Got some really yummy food, of course, and went down to the French Broad River and walked around there, which was nice. But I think the biggest thing that I was shocked at was I knew he'd love Asheville. I knew that was like a given. Like he bought some books. He was excited about that. What I was really shocked about was he suggested we go down the Blue Ridge Parkway. I was like, really? Really? I'm like, okay, let's go. So we went from Asheville all the way to the end of the Blue Ridge Parkway, and he loved it. Absolutely loved it. Now, granted, I'm driving. Just realized I'm driving the van with the dog and the kid. But I call it a tree hug. Sometimes you go places where the trees are surrounding you and you just feel really calm and relaxing and, or tree bathing. Some people call it tree bathing when you go for a hike and you see things. It's really calm and relaxing. He loved it. We stopped at the visitor center. He got a hoodie. He learned all about the natural, the plants and the birds and this and that. And he's all excited. And then we ended up stopping in Cherokee, North Carolina, and going into the Smoky Mountains National Park, which I love the Smoky Mountains. If anyone knows me, they know that's one of my favorite parks. And just so you guys know, you have to pay to park now. So if you go to the visitor center, you got to go get a ticket. It's $5 to park. Okay. And if you're going to go hiking in the park, you got to get a parking pass first at one of these little visitor center places, then put it on your car so they will allow you and not ticket you so you can go hiking. So just be aware of these things. If you're going to go down there, get your parking pass, or not but parking sticker for the day. It has to be the day of, which is very frustrating. You can't buy them in advance. The day of, you go and you put your stuff in and go from there. So, yeah. Let's see. Angela, why did I think you were on the West Coast? No, Girl, she's a Southeastern girl. She's a Southern redhead like me. I love this. Yeah. Grandfather Mountain is cool up there. Oh yeah. Really cool. Well, we were at the top of the Pisgah National Forest, the highest elevation. Like it was over almost 6,000 feet. It was way up there. It's over a mile high. And I thought, okay, all right, I'm feeling it. And it was nice. It was really nice. Yeah, they're nickel and diamond. This is a toughie for me. I gotta tell you. I do have my Passport America for the national parks. I've spent $80 on that every year. I wish we could continue to support all of our state, local, and national parks to the point where they are really well maintained and taken care of. This is important. And I know there's a lot of Department of Natural Resource people that work that don't make a huge amount of money. It's a toughie. And I look at this and go, I don't mind supporting good work and I don't mind supporting keeping these parks in good shape. I really don't. But there's a lot of people out there that it can hit home a little harder. And I want to make sure that we have it still available for everyone. And that's the point of the national parks, right? It's available for everyone. So it's tough. It's a tough thing to think about. And I want to make sure that we think about how we can be better stewards of our parks and help people out there as they're, taking advantage of them. I mean, there's an Instagram out there called Tourons of National Parks. And so people who don't pay attention to the rules, get too close to the wildlife, have their own idea of what they think, where they want to take a picture on this rock that's right on the edge of a cliff. People die. Things happen. It's very, very dangerous out there. So don't expect that there's always someone there to help you or if you get hurt or whatever it might be. But I did a jump video. We were on this beautiful stream. It was gorgeous just for fun because I was trying to get Lucas's attention. And I did this jump. I jumped again. And as soon as I got done, there's this elk. Whoa, right back there. I was like, okay, bye-bye. See ya. Really happy. I don't need to be there. Just getting a drink of water, hanging out with his friends. But I'm not the person who's going to stand there and try to pose with the elk and watch them come charging or whatever. Not going to happen. So just be careful and understand that if there are people in need. I did talk to another family while I was there about parking, and they didn't know how to do it. So they seemed to be of a different ethnic descent, and they were just not understanding why and how. So be aware that you may have to help someone who's there as they go through some of those things. Yep. Thrifty Angela says, I'm originally from Massachusetts, but I've been in North Carolina for 22 years now. That's right. Absolutely. North Carolina is so beautiful. I think you guys made 2 of the top 10 cities to live in America lately for small towns. I think, well, not small towns, but growth and economic growth and opportunities. So I want to say Raleigh. I'm trying to think what the other one was. Really cool. North Carolina is a great state. I love North Carolina. Love me the Outer Banks. Just saying. So yeah, Blue Ridge Parkway. I had no idea this kiddo was even interested in it. I had no idea how much he was going to love the Smokies. We lucked into that night because we had a place to camp in Asheville. We just went on down and I was like, I'm exhausted. I don't want to turn right back around and go all the way back up. We lucked into going to the park. Smokemont is one of the camping spaces in the park. And when you go in national parks, many times you don't have hookups. So it's boondocking. If you have a generator, you can use a generator only for certain hours, but that kind of thing. So anyways, we ended up getting a spot like on concrete level in a national park. It was fantastic. I've never had a really nice spot to camp in like that. And I was impressed. I was like, this is pretty awesome. Yeah. Do I see Tina here? Hey, Tina, how are you? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, so pretty and so much to do. And the weather's normally always great. I agree with you on that one. The weather's been great. The tornadoes and storms, that was our biggest kicker for this past trip because it was last Wednesday, I think, was it? My days are all off here. But we had that horrible storm. And I mean, we're talking ping pong size hail, like really bad storm. And I got to go to one of my first, ready for this? Dun, 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 RV overnights stops. All right, guys, I'm going to brag. Hear me out. I've been a Harvest Toast person for a while now. I've been a Boondockers Welcome person for a while now. I've had no complaints in general, but I'm going to complain. Their membership is $169 a year. $169 a year. They finally now have a competitor out there that wants to do something similar, maybe a little bit better actually on one end, called RV Overnights. And let me tell you what, I've talked to so many hosts who are using both, and they've had a better experience with RV Overnights. That's number one. And the people that are using it are immensely happy. It seems to be just an easier program, easier way to check in, great opportunities for people to get tipped or, whatever it is where people staying. And I got to stay at one and I was just super happy. So here's the best part. It's $29.99 a year. $29, $30. Just say $30 right now. They just started and they're fantastic. Yeah, Johnny, if you want to be a host for them, you should do it. I'll send you a email. I'll give you a link because they're fantastic. And the people that are running it, I've met them in person now. Highly like their back end of their IT stuff, and I just think it's a no brainer, guys. It's like McDonald's and Burger King. Both people just different things. Some people like one versus another. There's nothing wrong with a little competition out there, and I think this is going to be a game changer. It's going to keep people on their toes. So yeah, got to keep evolving and adding things. And they're listening to the people that travel because that's a lot of money for membership. It really is. If you're doing that and expecting everyone to spend $30 for every time you go somewhere, it just adds up a lot. So we'll see how it works. I'll send you an email though. If you're interested in becoming a host, let me know and I will. Oh, they already emailed you. Well, there you go. Done. Tell them Charlie sent you. I'm totally bragging on these people because I just think I've seen after my experience, that's number one, I've had a fantastic experience. Number two, I think that we need a little competition out there. It's okay. Totally fine. I'm not the only solo female van lifer out there, right? And that's okay. It's a perspective. I'm totally fine with that. Yeah. So anyways, guys, we are almost to the top of the hour. Johnny, are you going live tonight? Because if you are, I really want to drop a link. Let me know and we'll get that up there. Or you can share your link too, because I'm totally down with that. Love having my Tuesday nights back. Sorry, guys. I've been gone for a little while. Got some traveling going on. Traveling's happening. So I'll be in the van for a while. I'll probably be back next Tuesday. And then after that, it's going to be a question mark because I'm going to have to figure out where I am traveling. It's going to be fun. I'm so excited. I may end up going on Wednesdays too, after my friend Scott from Go Small Live Large. He's doing his What's Up Wednesday chat. And we might be doing some collaborations with him and go on some stuff. So 100% review over customer, as you should. That's right. Customer reviews make a big difference. Okay, thank you, Thrifty Angela, for throwing in there. Guys, let's go on over to Johnny's Journeys Live and catch up with her. And everybody have a fantastic Tuesday. You know what? I really appreciate everybody being here. And thanks for sharing your Tuesday with me. And we will see you on the other side. So here we go. Just remember that every day is an adventure.